Greetings to my unbelievable, beautiful Bonanza early birth last week V family all around the world. This is your chief, your brother, all right, your loved one, you could say. And I'm sitting here in my office making this Wednesday message. Few days ago, I lost somebody very important to me, a father figure, a great man who stood by the side of my mom, my family for such a long time. He's like an uncle, but more importantly, he's a father figure to me, my family, my brothers, the whole family. But he had a great life. He was 91 years old when we lost him. But he had a life of integrity, a life of value, a life of warriorship, a life of honesty, a life of love. And we're going to miss him, but he had a fantastic life. And today I realize, after everything that's happened the last 1 week, that life is beautiful to each one of us, wherever you are. And usually I do my Wednesday messages and I talk about, max out, and I still want you to max out, presentación, early bird, make sure you qualify. But today I want to talk about change. I want to recognize the fact that every time something happens to us, good or bad, losing somebody, achieving something, or going through a challenge or any emotional state of your journey, a click happens, a change happens. But most people in the world have to wait for that to happen. That we only value people in our life after we lose somebody close to us, Right? We only value success when we realize our failure is impacting our family negatively. We only value knowledge when we get stuck in a situation where we don't have the knowledge to solve a crisis or challenge that our loved ones are going through. And I don't want you to live like that. I want you to recognize the fact that change is a conscious decision. That change is something that you have to activate in your life. And if you look at the time you were born until today, throughout your journey, no matter how old you are or how young you are, there were many points of your life where the world forced you to change. That the world impacted you, that the master plan impacted you to change. And then you had a realization. And then it lasted until the next change took place. But I was blessed because from the time I was born until today, I have had mentors in my life, like my mother, like my uncle who I lost, my mentor, Dato Sri Vijay, all right, his father. So many people who came into my life and allowed me to change by realizing something without something bad happening. All right, that it was not a rude awakening, it was a positive awakening. Now you have gone through life, and I need you to recognize the fact that every time we change, every time we make a conscious decision to upgrade ourselves, upgrade our realization, upgrade our understanding of the world, upgrade our emotional state of mind and feelings, we grow. So without change, there is no growth. So many times when I talk to people, to networkers, to people in my corporate family, to family, friends, everyone complains that they are stagnant. Everyone complains that they are stuck in a vicious cycle like a hamster wheel, where the hamster runs. That they're not going anywhere. They're working harder. They're pushing themselves harder, but they have not made that decision to change. And I want you today to recognize the fact that the only way your checks are going to grow, the only way that your organization is going to respect you more, the only way that your family is going to be closer, or your love for your loved ones becomes stronger, that your realization of what's happening around the world spiritually becomes more enlightened, is only if you choose to change. That you cannot be the same person you were last year, last month for change. And coming towards the end of the year, everyone makes this New Year resolution. I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to read more books, I'm going to max out, I'm going to get more directs. What does it mean? It means change. But an action, a change of action will never last unless you have changed internally. That many, many years ago, right, many of you don't know this, but when I first started networking, all right, I was a carefree, crazy maniac. I enjoyed life. I'm not going to lie to you. I drank a lot of alcohol. And at some point, I realized and recognized the fact that I needed to change. That I realized that I'm in a position of leadership. That I have to lead by example. That people are depending on me. That I cannot prioritize only my happiness and my joy. Right? Whether it's drinking, partying, wasting time. I had to prioritize the people who depend on me every day. And I woke up one morning and I gave up alcohol like that. I became a vegetarian. I just gave up everything. All right? With the purpose that I was responsible for people's lives. Now you have to recognize this fact. Wherever you are building, all right, whoever you are, that you need to change. Or you are going to be stagnant and you are going to die. You have to recognize the fact that there's so much inside of you, so much about you, that you need to change. That if you are lazy, you got to change that. Right? There is no solution. There is no 8-step pattern to change laziness. You just got to decide and change. If you are spending too much time on activities that are not beneficial to your network, then stop and focus on the activities that are beneficial in your network. If you are not giving enough time to your leadership, to your downlines, to people who are struggling to earn their weekly goals, then change that and commit your time to them every single day. If you are failing as a husband, as a wife, as a son, as a daughter, father, mother, then change and give more time to your loved ones by balancing a little bit from network marketing, or commit to your loved ones. That provide your mother and father with everything they need to, so that you can go and network freely without worrying about them. That be a better husband, be a better wife. That change needs to happen from inside, and change is always painful. Change will always require sacrifice. That you have to give something up to be able to achieve greatness on this side. You cannot hang on to something and try to change by hanging on to this side, because it will rip you apart. That you have to let go of your weaknesses, you have to let go of the past, you have to let go that what made you happy last time may not make you happy today, but you need to change. That constantly we have to change. That the past 20 years, besides my bank account growing, my lifestyle improving, but my greatest gratitude to Dato Sri Vijay, my greatest gratitude to my mother, God bless her soul, is that they helped me change. They helped me see the Pathman I am meant to be. That they helped me, all right, fight my ego and let go of all my weaknesses, all the habits that were not helping me become successful, and change. So if you are the same person building the network for 1 year without change, don't expect different results. That if you want your checks to grow, you must grow. If you want your downlines to respect you, then you have to change to be a respectable person. That's somebody they can respect easily, somebody they can look up to. But if they look up and they don't see something they can respect, they will never respect you. That to earn the respect of your downlines, you need to evolve, you need to change, you need to grow up. You got to understand today that you are an entrepreneur, a mentor, an upline, a leader to whether 2 people or 2,000 people or 2 million people. The Dato Sri Vijay always told me that one day, Pathman, you will be responsible for millions of people who will look up to Pathman Senathirajah, who will listen to Pathman Senathirajah, who will follow Pathman Senathirajah. And then you have a responsibility. You have a duty to live to a new level. That change is inevitable. That you must change or you will die. Change or you will disappear. That you will become irrelevant. And if you look at your journey from the day you signed up in QNet and the V until today, where were the points of your change? Where were the points of your change? A crisis, right? That's from outside. What were the conscious decisions you made? So today on this Wednesday message of change, I need you to decide what you're going to change. Are you going to give up alcohol? Are you going to give up smoking? Are you going to give up meat? All right? Are you going to be a better father, mother, brother, sister, son, daughter? Whatever, I need you to make a decision today. A decision of change. Are you going to be more committed to your network? Are you going to give more time to your leaders? Are you going to do more presentation? Sign up more directs? Start new organizations? Doesn't matter what. Are you going to start 1 hour of silence every day? Are you going to light a candle every morning when you wake up? Are you going to fight as a warrior for every challenge you see? I don't care. There must be a change. 1, 2, 3 changes. Because until the day you recognize the fact that who you are today cannot max out. Because you have to change, you have to grow, you have to reach your limitless potential to be able to max out. That the knowledge you had from day one is irrelevant today. Right? That who you started as a journey, who you started as, cannot take you to max out, that you have to evolve every step of the way. When you see people on Recon stage, you do not know how they started the journey, how much change they had to go through, how much sacrifices, how many paradigm shifts. They're there to embrace challenges. They're there to understand how to work with people, care for people, love unconditionally, be in service to the organization, loyal to Dato Sri Vijayan Japa. All these are changes that must constantly happen in you. So this Wednesday message is about embrace change. Decide to change. Pay the price. Go through the pain. Because without change, you cannot grow. If you are the same person you were 10 years ago, you will die the same person one day. That I am not the Pathman I was 20 years ago. My value system is the same. I am still my mother's son. But I have evolved. I have changed. And so must you. So my message on this Wednesday message, change or you will die. It's not change or die. Change or you will die inside. You will become insignificant, irrelevant, and no longer successful. Embrace change. Change. This is my message today. So make that decision what you need to change and be consistent about it. And this is the last week of the early bird. Change. And make sure more people qualify. I love you guys.